Good morning. Hello, hello. Okay, I think I got that from Timothy Ward. Does he say hello, hello, hello? Um, I watched him yesterday. He does a good job. He wants to be a counselor and a enthusiastic, positive person. Timothy Ward's channel. Um, he has a good personality, and he does believe in God. Okay, look at here. Okay, this is the same book. I know you guys probably. I was reading very slow because I couldn't find my glasses. The Three Railroad Engines. Well, Henry's one of them. Okay. Let's see how it goes today. Okay. Because these books are not just for children; they're for adults also. Because there's like a moral to the story, and that's how they used to make some books back in the day. Because this is from 1945, and I was watching on Deborah Tavares channel in 1948. They had the big freeze, and so many people died. Okay, and it's like maybe every 50 years there's a big huge ice storm and multiple people die because of traveling. So we do supposed to do teamwork, and if it's too dangerous to drive, don't go to work. Go ahead and get fired and get on unemployment. That's my take. Unless because you can lose your life unless you positively know that you can make it to work. Back in the middle of the United States, big huge storms. Today it is sunny in Santa Cruz. And I just figured out my depression is the sun not being around because I feel totally wide awake and happy as can be. Some people have SAD because I'm not sad, like grieving because of a loss. When I was reading that woman's book, it was, yeah, I like the endorphins and the sunshine, vitamin D, and all that. I must be low on vitamin D. Vitamin D is so expensive. Okay, let's go back to the story. Let's see what moral we can find. Oh, okay. I haven't read this book in a long time. The reason why I got into Thomas is because of my youngest son. Because when I was 4, I had him at 41. Or maybe I had him at 42. Oh, I think I just turned 42. And he was a surprise baby. And he loved, we inherited Thomas from my mom, and then he loved it so much because she was into trains and toys because she had so many grandchildren, that we got into it. And it did, because it didn't work out with me and his father. I wanted it to work out. He did too, but he was an addict. Not because of me. He was clean and sober when I met him. Anyways, I'm gonna stay on track. Thomas, the train thing makes you go into your imagination, which I think these devices from Satan, you don't use your imagination. And that is when you go into your imagination, it's very healthy. So toys and all that, that's why the toy store is closed. They're trying to make us into robots. They're programming us. So I'm just saying. Okay, let's see. I don't know how long this is going to go. Okay, Edward and Gordon. So that's the history about me, because I wasn't going to the toy store and getting toys for myself. Me and him would go once a month, August. And I always bought toys for my other kids, but they liked the Transformers and Ninja Turtles and all that. And August was, he was born in the era of Thomas the Train. Okay, so Edward and Gordon often went through. Let me see if I can put this on this. Read it. Okay. Edward and Gordon often. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Oh. Edward and Gordon often went through the tunnel where Henry was shut up. Edward would say, "Peep, peep, hello." And Gordon would say, "Poop, poop, poop, serves you right." Poor Henry had no steam to answer. His fire had gone out. Soot and dirt from his tunnel roof had spoiled his lovely green paint and red stripes. He was cold and unhappy and wanted to come out and pull trains too. What happened to him? Okay. Gordon always pulled the express. He was proud of being the only engine strong enough to do it. Oh, okay. There's Gordon. Okay, remember, these books are for adults too. So unprofessional. Okay. There were many heavy coaches full of important people like Sir Topham Hatt, who was the conductor, and who had punished Henry? Why did Henry... See, I skipped a story about Henry. Why did Henry get punished? Gordon was seeing how fast he could go. Hurry, 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 he panted. Trickety trock, said the coaches. Gordon could see Henry's tunnel in front of him. In a minute, he thought, I'll poop at Henry and rush through out into the open again. That's what it says. It says toot. Okay. Whatever. Closer. Okay, let's see. Closer and closer he came. He was almost there when crack! Whoosh! He was in a cloud of steam and going slower and slower. His driver stopped the train. Oh no. What has happened to me? Asked Gordon. I feel so weak. Oh no, you've burst your safety valve, said the driver. You can't pull the train anymore. Oh dear, Gordon, we were going so nicely too. Look at Henry laughing at me. Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke at him. Poor Henry. Why was Henry shut up in there? I'll have to read that next. Gordon made a face at Henry and blew smoke. Everyone got out and came to see Gordon. Sir Topham Hatt, I never liked these big engines. Always going wrong. Send for another engine at once, said the conductor. That's Henry got shut up. I will read that story next, probably. Okay. So, here's people getting out. These are so funny. I would love to make a challenge of oops. Oh man, I really screwed up. What happened? Okay, so while the guard went to find, they uncoupled Gordon and ran him on a siding out of the way. The only engine left in the shed was Edward. I'll come and try, he said. Gordon saw him coming. That's no use, he said. Edward can't pull the train. Edward was too small. See, look at Edward's face. It was too hard. There's Gordon going laughing like, oh, he's too small. Okay, Edward can't pull that train. Edward puffed and pulled and pulled and puffed. It was too heavy. I told you so, Gordon said rudely. Why not let Henry try? Oh, they're going to get Henry out. Okay, shh. He was underneath the tunnel. I forgot. I haven't read this book in ages. I never knew it was made in 1945. So that's, okay, let's see. Okay, so will you help pull this train, Henry? He asked. Yes, said Henry, at once. So Gordon's fireman lit his fire. Some plate layers broke down the wall and put back the rails, and when he had steam up, Henry puffed out. He was dirty, his boiler was black, and he was covered with cobwebs. Oh, I'm so stiff. Oh, I'm so stiff, he groaned. You'd better have a run to ease your joints and find a turntable, said Sir Topham Hatt kindly. Oh my goodness. Henry came back feeling better, and they put him in front. Peep, peep. And Edward, I'm ready. Peep, peep, said Henry. So am I. Pull hard, hard, hard. Pull, puffed Edward. We'll do it. They repeat themselves constantly. Pull hard, we'll do it. Pull hard. That teaches kids how to read, though. They puffed together. The heavy coaches jerked and began to move slowly at the first. Faster, faster. Okay, we've done it together. We've done it together. We've done it together. Edward and Henry. Oh, we've done it. Hooray. That whole page is like, we've done it together. Repeated page. Sometimes I think they just do it just to waste time, which I don't do. I'm sure I do sometimes. All the passengers were excited. Sir Topham leaned out of the window and to wave to Edward and Henry, but the train was going so fast that it blew off his hat and where a goat ate it for lunch. Sir Topham, he always was known as his fancy hat. The passenger all got out and said, "Thank you," and Sir Topham promised Henry a new coat of paint. "Would you like blue and red?" Oh, those famous colors. You see, those are the coaches. I think my next video is going to be, they pulled it out. They pulled the coaches that were so heavy that all the people were on, and only Gordon could, pull it, and then Gordon, broke a valve. Anyways, so they got Henry out of underneath the, he got stuck underneath. Did he get stuck underneath the bridge? And then they just locked him up in the bridge so no one would touch him or something. Anyways, he's out now, and they're painting his green paint blue and red. So Edward and Henry went home quietly. On their way, they helped Gordon back to his shed. All three engines are great friends now. Wasn't Henry pleased when he had his new coat? He was very proud of it, and all the good engines are. And he doesn't mind the rain now. Oh, he didn't like the rain. I'm kind of remembering. He knows that the best way to keep his paint nice is not to run into tunnels, but to ask his driver to rub him down when the day work is over. Oh, well, isn't that interesting? So he hid. Oh, he went underneath the tunnel and he didn't want to get out. So that's why they locked him in there, maybe? I'll find out. I'll read that story again someday. I just wanted to read that. So, don't be afraid. Is that the moral to that story? I think there's a lot of morals to that story. Hiding under tunnels. They have, the engines have, like one of my favorites was Salty. And he pulled the cart by the sea, and he had he was like he had an accent, and he was funny. Yeah, he was one of the characters of the engines. Alex Baldwin was in the movie, or he would do because there was a cartoon, and he was the narrator of anywho. Oh, Ron, did you befriend that cat? I'm just wondering. I didn't turn off the comments. They might turn off these comments. I'm not sure. Oh, this is going so long. I'm making bone broth again today. I'm doing some gardening. Just pulling out some stuff. Composting. Like Robbie and Gary. She inspires me to garden in such an easy way. And it's fun. It is fun. And it's sunny right now, so that's what I'm going to do. And yeah, I hope everyone's doing fine. And I will talk to you later. Adios.